So runners being, let's see what they are called forward actually, because we've still got a few seconds to go, but no more than that. So it may well be, this can be the final approach. And they're off and racing. Thoroughbred Breeders Association Mares Handicap Hurdle brings the curtain down on the card. Adrift Park and the Grey Chabadatika with that wider Fashionelle as they head towards the first of 10. They're followed by Get Me to the Moon in the red colours, hoops on the sleeves. Linda Moon with a white face as we rise at the first was a little slow and was out-jumped by African Lady, but they're all to the other side safely. And Chabadatika it is who emerges with the lead. Chabadatika by half a length from Adrift Park. Fashionelle in third place, a more sedate gallop than has generally been the case this afternoon, with Linda Moon and Get Me to the Moon side by side. And African Lady is at the back of the six-strong, well-grouped field who are heading towards the second. Chabadatika, Adrift Park on the inside will be the first two to rise, with Fashionelle, Linda Moon and Get Me to the Moon. And last of all is African Lady. So steady gallop early on. Adrift Park red and yellow on the inside of the grey horse. Chabadatika, Rex Dingle's orange cap, and wider out Fashionelle in yellow and black for James Best. Fashionelle just into the bottom of that slightly, and was joined by Get Me to the Moon and Linda Moon on the inside, and African Lady remains the back marker. So jumping done in the back straight first time, Adrift Park it is who now is the clear leader by just over a length from Chabadatika. Third place disputed by on the running rail Linda Moon and wider out Fashionelle. And the last two are Get Me to the Moon in company with African Lady. So Adrift Park under Callum Pritchard has made the turn and still around about a furlong or so to go before we reach flight number 4. Adrift Park from Linda Moon on the inside is now moved through to dispute second with the Grey Chabadatika and Fashionelle, just about a line of 3 there. Get Me to the Moon and African Lady as we reach flight number 4, which they all take perfectly okay. The leader Adrift Park on the run, short run to the 5th, has the advantage. Fashionelle ridden into it on the outside. The Grey Chabadatika, Linda Moon and Get Me to the Moon continuing just to pop away, and African Lady still under restraint at the back as the field remain very tightly clustered as they make their way out past us with a circuit to run in the Thoroughbred Breeders Association Mares Handicap Hurdle, and it's Adrift Park who has the advantage in red and yellow. Chabadatika, orange cap in the centre of the chasing trio, narrowly second from Fashionelle, yellow on the outside, and Linda Moon, blue jacket towards the inner, and they remain very well bunched with Get Me to the Moon and African Lady bringing up the rear as Adrift Park turns right-handed, and we've reached the halfway stage. Out in the lead, it's Adrift Park, Linda Moon, Chabadatika and Fashionelle, and still at the back, Get Me to the Moon and African Lady are the last two as Adrift Park leads them into the back straight. Adrift Park by just over a length. Chabadatika, Fashionelle and Linda Moon, none of the riders in fact at any stage have looked that worried. African Lady and Get Me to the Moon is very well grouped. They take that flight of hurdles. Adrift Park continue a narrow advantage. The mover is African Lady. Her red and white colours up on the outsides move through to Chabadatika and Fashionelle to dispute second. Linda Moon and Get Me to the Moon. But the field, if anything, even more compact. Only 2 lengths first to last now as Adrift Park leads virtually a line of 5 towards this middle flight down the back. Adrift Park, Chabadatika, Fashionelle on the outside, African Lady as they reach this flight, which is 4 from the finish. Linda Moon just nudged along to try and hold the spot. Space a bit of a premium towards the inner. Get Me to the Moon is also just jostling, and Chabadatika was the one that rather lost out there as they raced towards the last on the far side. Adrift Park, rapid progress from Get Me to the Moon, who's moved through into second. Fashionelle quickly is ridden. Chabadatika has weakened as Linda Moon's big white face also emerges on the scene. So 5 of them are well bunched. Adrift Park, Get Me to the Moon and Fashionelle. African Lady will be 4 wide and Linda Moon staying closer to the running rail, with Chabadatika now about 6 lengths away, and African Lady's the latest one to be struggling. Adrift Park left-hand side. Callum Pritchard just saved a bit as now the 2 Moons are in pursuit. Get Me to the Moon and Linda Moon, then Fashionelle as they race towards the second last. Adrift Park, Linda Moon's white face, the hoop sleeves of Get Me to the Moon, but Adrift Park still has the lead at the second last. Only about half a length or so from Get Me to the Moon on the right, Linda Moon between horses. Chabadatika rallying to dispute fourth, but Hadira Park, clumsy at the last, but still has the lead. Linda Moon then towards the outside, Get Me to the Moon, but it's Hadira Park who still has the advantage. Linda Moon in second, Chabadatika on the outside, running on towards the outer, and all out Hadira Park. Chabadatika down the outside is going to run them all down. Chabadatika, an unlikely winner at the second last, has got up for Rex Dingle. Linda Moon and Hadira Park were mugged on the line, and Get Me to the Moon was right behind them.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.